And welcome, everybody. Episode 21 of Boxed In with Friends. After that amazing countdown.
That music is catchy.
Yeah, happy birthday to
nasty.
Yeah, happy birthday to Kate.
Happy birthday to Kate.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
and can you say something, Kate?
Yeah.
Okay, just because behind it was such an effort just for us to be able to hear Kate, so I just want to celebrate it.
How stressful.
In pre-show production. So it's our 21st episode. We could drink now. In a couple more episodes, we'll be able to rent a car and drive nowhere because we have nothing to do and no one to see.
14 more and we can become president.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice. Let's start out with something happy, I think. Hot topic. Well, I should say our guests today are Nicole Pascaretta, a friend of the show and transplant from Michigan to New York. And then the Gay Blades, or what do you call it? James from the Gay Blades. He's going to perform a couple songs from us, and Kate's going to tell the story about how Hot Topic, in a roundabout way, brought them onto the show. Which I don't think he doesn't even know that story, does he?
I don't think so. No, because we were talking about before he came on.
I'm excited. I love Hot Topic, the store.
Fucking so hard for Hot Topic.
Yeah, it's such high quality. But let's start off with something happy. I think it's about a guy getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this guy, a little backstory. The guy on the left was saying, this is in England on the tube, which is what they call subways in England.
Mind the gap.
Oh, when you guys were saying a guy got knocked out on the tube, I thought that's what you were referring to YouTube. is that what it's called now? Okay.
I'm sure it's all over YouTube as well. But this guy spent the whole trip harassing these black dudes and just saying, like, it's great to be racist and everyone's racist and saying racist things. And this is what happened. Let me see if I can get some volume on this too. Can
you make that baby bigger?
Let's see. How about that?
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck yeah.
All right, let's see.
Baby.
Now,
Night. Good night.
Like his eyes open, knocked out. Now, did you see the white woman in the yellow right next to him? She was applauding like this, and she was pointing at them. Yeah, good for you guys. I was like, man, 2020 is wild. Play it again, sure. Hopefully we don't get kicked off by YouTube. By Facebook. And this has been going on for many minutes.
Well, hopefully.
Also, he's not wearing a mask.
Of course he isn't.
It's bedtime. His eyes open like really fucking creep me out, though. I have to be real. They're just so.
But also, when he's standing, he has glasses on, and when he gets knocked out, he has no glasses on. Bitch, bye.
Yeah, they destroyed his glasses, and then later in the video, I won't play it, but there is. Somebody comes over to help, and then people actually start like yelling at that person, like, "Don't help him, he's a racist." You know?
Racist.
Yeah.
I feel they're missing an opportunity with his easy access pants.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
You know, just to do a little experimenting.
Wow, Kyle, I thought you meant run them pockets, street style.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but also
his nature's pocket.
Yeah. Also, hello to Kyle, Katie, Jake, Kate, Andy, and Nick. I'm your host, Tony Augusti, as always. But yeah, like, does anybody feel bad about what just happened?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
I don't either.
Honestly, I'm just like, wish it would have like, I wish he would have like peed his pants or something.
Something a little funnier. Happened
after.
I actually wish it was me that hit him, but
it was what?
I wish it was me that hit him, but
me too.
My one complaint is the guy that hit him had his mask like wasn't covering his nose; it was just covering his mouth. So I was like, he's safe when you're knocking racists out, especially if they're not wearing masks.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think that's the lesson we can take away from all.
Well, the racists didn't even have a mask on at all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
At least the
he
guy
could have
cared
gotten
about
something,
other people somewhat.
I hope he washed his hands because he could have gotten some coronavirus from like hitting him in the face, like right in
Yeah.
the mouth.
That's true. I saw a comment on it on like Twitter that was like someone was like saying like basically the tweet was like I agree with it, but I'm condemning it because it's violent. And
Okay. That's cute.
like I that's a stance you can take, but like I feel that with all the shitty stuff that's going on lately, people are like diminishing the actual issues by like calling out like the violence or the like the looting or whatever it is, and it's super annoying. And like if you agree with the message, just let it happen.
Yeah.
Well, violence can be quite good, actually.
Yeah, I know. I think people are fond of saying, violence never solves anything, but that's not true. It's
not true at all.
Violence is enormously effective.
That's why our rich are so rich.
Yeah, especially as a deterrent. And I wonder about like just as a greater thing, like all the stuff, the craziness that's going on, like you see what's going on in Belarus. Jake, go ahead. Thank you, Nick.
Kate, did you have your finger up too?
Yeah, but I can wait.
Oh, go ahead. You go.
It's your birthday finger.
It's my birthday. No, this is my birthday fist. I actually, I totally now forgot where I was going because I went dirty.
From finger to fist.
Fuck.
Well, while you're thinking,
okay,
Jake,
my point here it is. I have it. I actually think the people that say things like, "Oh my god, the looting," "Oh my god, the violence," are so fucking hard for it because I think it gives them an excuse to not really pay attention to what the real problem is.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like they fucking love it when people loot. They love it when people get violent because it makes them think that
they
they're
can
righteous.
take a higher road.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, and just to add on to what Kate and Kyle were saying, it's just that a lot of people like that people who say things like that. Oh, but it was violent though. But like that's like when you don't focus. That's what people focusing on the what instead of the why. You know what I'm saying? Like remember, like people ain't doing like they ain't knock that dude out just for sake of doing it. He's racist and like not fucking respecting him as a human. And you need your ass beat. A lot of people need their motherfucking ass beat. Like a lot.
And I think that drives a lot of like this kind of stuff you see online and just like this example, like where people aren't afraid of any consequence. You know what I mean? Right. That guy, like if you watch the whole video, which I didn't, but I watched most of it. And he was so smug in there, all the stuff he was saying, and he was like, nothing's going to happen to me, and something did. And kind of like if you guys have been following what's going on in Belarus this week with all the protests there, like there was a rigged election for the presidency, and they all started protesting. And now the president's like, well, no, I'm not a dictator. I'd be willing to like hand over power and stuff after all this stuff, it started happening. So,
I mean, I think
he was made to be afraid.
Yeah.
After fear was instilled in him.
Exactly. Through violence. Go ahead.
Through violence, yes.
You had something else, Jake?
I just said thumbs up. That's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important lesson. So punch.
Caitlin,
punch away.
Did you want to say something, Caitlin? Because you had your.
No, I was just biting my fucking fingers like I could.
Lots of finger stuff going on here.
Yeah, she loves to chew on them.
We operate by the finger system. I think it's pretty effective. Shout out to Planet Ant, by the way, before I forget, for who's hosting this. Thank you, Andy, for the reminder with your Ghostlight T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
And second, let me share my screen again here. Second hot topic.
I would love if you just shared the screen. It was him getting knocked out again.
Let's talk about that again.
We can play it at the end of the show. But the U.S. Postal Service, what do you guys like? Do you think this is something to worry about come election time? Yes. Like, do you think? Okay.
I mean,
of course.
It's been happening for a while. They've been slowly defunding the USPS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and
so it's not new, but this,
Yeah, I mean, it's also you're seeing like boxes like being picked up and taken away, and then people don't know. Every state is different, so it's like you have to do a lot of research to find out if you can actually mail it in early. Do you have early voting? Can you drop it off in the drop box? There's like so many steps for each state.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult for someone who may not have the resources to find those facts and information, which is going to also deter people from being able to vote.
Mm-hmm. Going back to just early comments, going back to the guy getting knocked out, Von Wank says, I'll feel bad if the cops track 3 men down and charge them. I do too. Hopefully them wearing, I mean, I'm sure like from a legal sense, just like punching him without being punched first. I don't know if the guy touched him or not. They probably would get prosecuted, but I hope they don't. Yeah. I don't know how it works in England if they consider.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake.
Where was that? Where did that?
London, England. Yeah.
Yeah, because what's the name? Got thrown in a dungeon last year for whooping somebody ass. I was following him, kept following him, fucking him. A$AP Rocky.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So,
I think that was in Sweden, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was in Sweden.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think it was in Sweden. That's where he was like in jail forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle follows all the Swedish news, so
Yeah. My uncle's from Sweden, so
yeah.
I'm a Swedish lady.
Oh, Uncle.
Are you? Oh, that's right. Don't you have like? Aren't you a dame?
Yeah, I'm an honored lady.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yes.
Like you got like not knighted, or you got honored with a sword and everything, right?
Yeah, there was no sword, but it is a knighting. But
Man,
the
I got
proper
it all
term,
wrong.
Yeah, but the proper term is honored lady.
Honored lady. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have to do for it?
Yeah.
Nothing comes free.
Nothing honorable. Ironically, very unhonorable things. Just
No.
honorable.
I like how you're fidgeting when you're saying that. That makes me think it might be true. You're like, oh yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I do worried. I wonder how long the declaration of the new president, hopefully new president, will be delayed, because there's already talk about how election night won't be the actual night. Where
They should give it time. It should be a week to 2 weeks to make sure that they're getting all of the ballots in. There's a fucking pandemic going on. Like,
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
I mean, they should obviously they should readjust for the pandemic, but like it technically, like the election doesn't happen until, because our system's so dumb and broken, it doesn't happen until like months later anyways.
Yeah, you mean the handover. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm afraid you guys might be laboring under the misapprehension that we have legitimate elections in this nation, and
right.
I really.
Well, I'm worried about that too.
I feel
There's
for you.
integrity anymore.
It's absolutely.
And if Jolton Joe and Queen Cop get elected, what do you think that? I mean, nowhere on their ticket is universal health care or even a promise to make sure the Postal Service doesn't disappear. So
Fair enough.
I don't know, guys. I wish I could join you in your hopefulness, but I just
still
can't.
Despite their shortcomings, I still think that I know they're an improvement over Trump.
Yeah.
Right.
My thing is,
I wish they were.
I don't want 4 more years of this. I can't take 4 more years.
Yeah,
of
I
this.
can't.
Yeah.
Fucking
I feel
nuts.
every
If anyone
citizen
thinks
is going to vote for one or the other,
Yeah.
whether they like it or not. So
Yeah.
that's because our system is broken.
Like if anyone, I just can't believe, is this like a gold dress, blue dress thing? Like, I mean, does anyone think that things are going great? Like,
There are people that do.
that
Yeah,
blows
Jenny.
my mind.
I'm sure some very independently wealthy people feel
Right.
that things
Yeah.
are going great.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, I feel you have to
Like pandemic
Very
profiteers and that sort of
Yeah.
Yeah.
class of people.
But
I feel you have to be insanely wealthy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Like, because I feel even if you're just like well off and rich, like Trump's like not helping you.
yeah,
You
no,
have
it's that 0.1 of the 0.1.
to- yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean,
not a lot
Caitlin,
of them. I mean, like, there's
Well-
not a lot of them. Can't we just overthrow them and be done with it? I mean, if we just took a little bit from them, oh my God, that would solve everything. And yet, like, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on these days. I really don't.
I'm ready whenever
Go-
you guys
go
want
ahead.
to do
Yeah.
violent revolution. I'm ready.
Go ahead, Kyle, and then we'll move on to our guest.
I don't know who said it. I think I saw on Twitter that Someone just said that Trump supporters don't care about what Trump does for them. It's how he hurts other people that they don't like.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Hate base.
So that's so true.
Yeah. I have one more thing.
Okay.
On the USPS, because they're saying like it loses money, and I like appreciated something the other day that I saw that was like comparing it to like the military, like how well the military doesn't make any money per se, you know. So
yeah.
Well, the postal service is.
I think they're the biggest business in the world. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, Caitlin. Go ahead.
The
not
postal
making money back.
The postal service is the third, like, they employ the most U.S. citizens in the country. They're the third.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder what the first two are.
And the statistics was like 71,000 of their employees are all, because they'll hire you with previous charges. So people that have gone to prison can
that's good to know.
Service.
Cheers to our comrades in the United States Postal Service.
Yeah.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
And Caitlin doing endorsements now.
Yes.
You made sure to show the Gatorade.
Sponsored Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gatorade Frost.
Yeah.
Glacier Cherry.
Let's bring on our first guest. She is, as I said, a friend of the show. I actually took an improv class with her long time ago, way back in the day. With it was either Quentin or Lauren. I'll ask her. She's currently in New York, dealing with the pandemic like the rest of us. Please welcome Nicole Pascaretta, everybody.
Yeah!
Hey, girl. What's
going on?
Hey.
For a second, I thought we couldn't hear you, and I was about to panic. Yeah.
I usually blow up speakers of virtual calls, so please tell me if I'm too loud. Like people will write in the comments, either learn how to turn on your mic or stop yelling. And I go, I don't know how to stop yelling, so maybe tell me how to turn down the mic.
So are you
You sound okay.
Yeah, you sound fine. Are you in New York right now or Michigan?
I'm in New York. I'm in Queens. New York.
The land of my people.
Really?
Okay. And so how long have you been in New York now? It seems like forever and a day ago you left us here in Michigan.
Oh, it feels like just yesterday to me. But 2 years in April.
You know how long it's been?
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh wow! Okay.
Wow,
so,
really already? It's been that long?
I know.
Yeah.
And how has Queens been during this? Because that's sort of like it was for a while. I guess it still is the epicenter of New York of all this stuff going on.
Yeah, we're actually doing a lot better. We were like definitely the worst. Yeah, and Queens specifically, I think in New York had the highest numbers.
Oh, okay.
But
now, have you dodged it, or did you catch it, or anything?
I have not.
Okay.
Knock on wood.
Why is that a bad thing to ask? Everybody's like.
I had a friend in New York that had it.
You had a friend who had it, Kyle?
In New York, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not fake.
Have you been pretty restricted in your like day-to-day? Are you working now or no?
Yes, I'm working remote, which is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how have you been because you moved there specifically to pursue an entertainment career.
Yeah.
And I know you've been doing a lot of stuff at the Magnet Theater. And were you doing stuff at any other New York theaters before the shutdown?
Yes, the People's Improv Theater, the Pit.
Okay.
I was actually on a house team there for musical improv.
Oh, congratulations!
Hey, congratulations!
Thanks. And then me and Julia did The Parent Trap like all over. Like,
I'm so sad. We were gonna have Nicole and Julia out for the Detroit Women Comedy Festival this year, and I'm so sad it got canceled and I didn't get to see it.
that was a damn honor, a damn dream. I like could not believe it. I was like,
shut up.
Seriously, I was like, that was sweet.
And for people that don't know, the Parent Trap that you and Julia, it's not Shredder, is it? I know everybody says Shredder, but it's not. It's
Schroeder.
Schroeder, yeah.
Her Facebook name used to be Julia Shredder.
Yeah, I know, and that's what always confuses me to this day. But it like mixes like forensics and comedy and talking about the Parent Track. I had a chance to see it at Go Comedy when you did them all the 3 parts together, and I recommend it. It was really funny and kind of like different than anything I'd seen before in terms of like the stuff you normally see at the theater. So. Were you mostly pursuing like a musical improv, or like are you like before all this happened on a day-to-day basis, were you going out on auditions and looking for representation, or do you have it, all that sort of stuff? And what do you do, like how do you deal with not doing any of that now?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I've been wanting to do auditions since I moved here, and I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, it's like a completely different world. I mean, I feel like figuring out auditions in every state is like a learning curve. It's like, okay, how do I do this? And you have to like talk to people because no one tells you. You know, you have to be like, oh, I'm gonna get to know you. Now you tell me how this works. Like, it's so crazy. But I did attempt to audition for Mrs. Doubtfire on Broadway. LOL.
Oh wow.
My favorite ride at Disneyland.
Fuck yeah. Your favorite ride is the Mrs. Doubtfire ride?
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire World.
I don't think that's the.
I don't think you went to Disney World, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't think that's where you were.
I think you were just harassing an old lady in the parking lot, Kyle.
Well,
I
was
love
there.
Doubtfire so much. So if there was a park, I would go. But and also Hadestown. But when I say like I auditioned, I mean like I was there all day, but was not seen.
Oh really? So it's like a cattle call, and then you just like, and then they just don't see. They just say time's up, or we're done for the day.
Well, this is the interesting thing. Like, so there's equity, non-union. Oh my God, I'm forgetting all the terms. AEA means like you're working towards getting points. Oh my God, I'm probably saying all this wrong. I'm forgetting all the terms, but so pretty much I'm non-union. I don't have any points, union points to my name. So pretty much I'm like the bottom of the barrel to be seen. And so union actors, equity, they can make appointments. And so if they just decide, if there's an opening, they can waltz in, but like we will wait. And like, I think I got there at 7:30 a.m., which is not bad. Like there were people there at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And there's like this, like on backstage.com, there's like, my friend told me, she's like, check the chat and you'll see when the line starts. I'm like, oh, how do you know the chat's going to happen? Oh, it happens every time. People are like, we're in line, 3 a.m. How many people are in line? It's like crazy.
That's insane.
And then you finally get inside of the building at Pearl Studios. And there's a bunch of different auditions available, like principal calls, chorus calls. So that would be principal roles or in the chorus of the show, or dance calls.
Are you trained in dance, or?
Actually, yeah, I am a dancer.
Okay, I thought you might be, yeah, because I'm.
Oh my God, that jumpsuit! I might need you to do a quick spin.
I know. I'm like, I wish I had more room in here.
Yeah.
And I was like, should have done this in the living room so I can move. So you get in the building, you put your name on a list. I think I was like 87 on the list, and then you sit in there forever, and then it's like 800 theater people all over each other, and oh, I love you, you know.
I hate theater people.
I'm like, oh Lord, and I was like, oh, zip zap zop, I miss it. Not the same. Then they call the equity appointments, and then the people who are 1 point to their name, they're next in line over non-union.
Oh.
And then the non-unioners. And so I like checked in and was like, do you think you're going to see non-union today? And they're like, literally, this is so embarrassing. So he was like, raise your hand. He like said this to the whole room. Raise your hand if you're equity. Like 80 people raised their hand. Raise your hand if you're AEA. Everyone raised their hand. They're like, he goes, does that answer your question? I was like,
damn, you gotta be a dick about it though.
I was like, all right.
Fuck him.
So
Yeah,
were you the only person with no points?
Oh no, there was a.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that, like, with the current state of the world, that non-union might start to have an advantage because the unions are the like still negotiating, like they're last to come back, and that's so I've been hearing a lot of people talking about a theory of that giving people non-union people a step up, and that's across all in entertainment, like all the like production units.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that sounds like union busting talk to me, Kyle.
What's that?
That sounds like union busting talk to me.
I'm trying to bust up the unions. I'm anti.
Yeah. We know.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I hate workers. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I like the rich being rich.
Nicole, did you?
The fuck? What did I agree to be on? What kind of show is this?
Nicole, did you think about coming home when all this started?
So, yeah, it was an interesting mindset, and I'm still randomly like, who am I? But like, wait, why am I saying? But it's like there's so many like thoughts, but I wasn't ready to leave. I didn't want to leave, and I actually had a conversation with James Quesada and Julia, who I always go to James for advice. He's like, I'm always like, what do I do? But I was just talking to them about it. And James said something very profound. Probably, I don't know. Okay.
Are you about to cry?
I know, I just sound like I'm saying something really intense in the quote.
Okay.
Like, what the hell?
Like, if you say something like "hang in there," we're gonna be like,
it's gonna be okay. And then I knew it was gonna be okay.
Yeah, I just feel it.
But he said, we decided to move to New York, so we're not gonna leave when the going gets tough. We're gonna stick through this, and we're gonna get through it and be here. And we'll see what happens.
Now, after like at any point, it's profound, and then it's inspiring. And at any point, like in the next 6 months, if James moves back, how are you going to feel about him?
I'm going to sprint. No, I don't see him doing that. But But if he did, I would say I just signed a lease. So
up until how long is your lease for? A year?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you're committed for another year at least.
Yes.
Is there a lot less people? Like, have you noticed people that have moved, or like have you noticed that there's noticeably less people there now?
Yes, and like actually in the entertainment side of things, like on social media, I see all these Broadway stars moving out of New York, and I'm like, if they're leaving, what am I doing here?
Taking their jobs. What
there you go.
Yeah, but it is sad and scary, and it makes me question my decision. But I always, when you know what to do.
Yeah.
Organs when they say
you got to feel those organs and listen.
Yeah.
Feel those organs out.
I do want to briefly shout out Nicole because she got me in touch with Gilda's, and I was up until we were the last. We saw them that Monday before Michigan shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Gilda's Club.
Yeah, Molly and I taught the class that Monday, and we even didn't we usually hug at the end of it, and none of us hugged, and it was really weird. But yeah, that was the last one.
Can you talk a little bit about Gilda's Club, Caitlin or Nicole, for people that don't know?
Well, I saw that Nicole had been involved in it when she lived in Michigan, and then I was looking to occupy my time in a better way than just watching a lot of improv I wasn't doing. I reached out to Nicole, and she put me in touch with Chris Moody, and Nicole was doing it before me, and there's 3 a month now. It was 2 a month.
What do they do specifically?
It's an improv.
I'm just saying for people that don't know.
Oh, okay, yes. So Gilda's is a place where they have lots of different. They have classes. They have support groups. It's just like a community center for people who have been affected by lost loved ones or going through cancer treatments, or have lost people to cancer, been affected by cancer. And yeah, it's a great little organization.
Yeah, named after started in memory of the great Gilda Radner from Saturday Night Live, which people have said you bear resemblance to, Nicole. And I know that they had you dress up as her once for an event. I remember seeing that. Do you like that, or do you get are you like, oh come on, I want to be my own person?
Oh, I love it. Best compliment in the damn world, y'all.
Yeah.
It's the best. And I actually am involved with the Gilda's Club in New York, and that's actually one of the most it's helped me the most creatively, Gilda's Club, and that's obviously not on purpose. Yeah. You know, like I didn't go into it being like, this is gonna help me creatively, but like it's the best place in the world, and
it's just super fun, and it's like when you do improv and you're taking classes, everybody wants to like be funny. Everybody like there's like this other thing that's there, and when you're doing it at Gilda's, it's like just everyone is very free and very open, and it's just very like down to like the basics of what improv is, and it's just very fun. And those ladies are friggin' hysterical.
Oh, they're a hoot.
Now we posted, Nicole, a couple links to some stuff you've done on YouTube. In the chat on Facebook and YouTube. And if you have a question for Nicole, please feel free to leave it there. But is that something you've turned more to, or just done off and on, like trying to stay busy? And have you done any streaming stuff other than this?
So I kind of feel like the pandemic, the situation kind of caused everyone in different ways to like find ways to be creative in a new way. And for me, I feel like, I had waves of a lot of time of not being able to be creative, but the times that I decided, I was actually talking to Donnie Rydell.
Shout out.
Oh my God, just casually.
Who's killing it with his illustration.
Oh, hashtag Donald is an artist.
Yeah, I love that.
Love his work.
They're good.
But he was inspiring me because he was like drawing so much, and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I don't know how to do these things individually, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm always like ensemble, and I prefer that.
But you're pretty proficient in like video editing and stuff, right? Like I remember, like that's what you do it was what you're doing for a living here, at least. So I don't know if you're still doing that.
I did work in advertising and post-production in Michigan, and now I work in publishing. So
okay.
It's funny, but so Donnie's like, you should post a video every day, and I was like, what? Oh my God, it's gonna be so bad. And I was like, I can't post it on my personal page. So I was like, I'll make my own another Instagram account. And I called it Nicole Birdfeather because that makes so much sense.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I heard it, I was like, I get it. No explanation needed.
No.
Are you on TikTok too? You seem like you'd be a natural for TikTok.
So I did do a few TikToks, and
it's hard.
It is hard, and I'm like, is this app gonna get shut down? I'm confused, but I would love to dive in.
Yeah,
because people tell me I'd be good at it, and I'm like, I don't know.
I think so.
I mean, it's a lot of like weird character sketches, and like that seems like you tend to play, I think, a lot of characters and things like in your improv. So musical stuff too. So like you were one of the first like musical troupes around here before. Now there seems like there's quite a few, but you did a lot in the beginning. There goes Nick. I don't know where Nick's going, but
he's over it.
Bye, Nick.
He just wandered off.
That's the most Nick's ever been.
Yeah,
he gets upset about that.
I'm down.
So.
Right.
He's back. Nick's back, everybody. He'll never know. What happened, buddy?
Sorry, I had
about the topic.
The dog figured out how to open the door and came in here for a second. And he
smart dog.
Sorry.
Yummy.
So, like,
he looks like he's good eating. Let me tell you.
Oh wow. Nick is in a cabin by the woods in the Upper Peninsula.
Don't tell anybody. He's off the grid.
Yeah. Or he could be in Dearborn. One of those is the truth.
If you're a cop and you're watching our show,
yeah,
nowhere to be found.
So do you do stuff online with the Pit or the Magnet Theater?
Yes. One of my troupes, Bring Your Own Bob, which is a musical improv duo troupe.
Okay.
With my BFF, Sean Cantatori, that I did meet in New York. And we have done a few shows, virtual shows, so with musical improv. And it's like amazing because a lot of people at the Magnet figured out how to stream musical improv, which is very difficult because you have to like have each audio, because you know when you like talk at the same time on Zoom, like,
we know. Yes, we do use the finger method.
So they found a way to like, what's the word? Not solidify, but isolate.
Isolate it. Okay.
Like the piano player and each performer's audio, so we could sing at the same time, and you can hear the piano at the same time. It's like amazing.
Dang.
That's really cool.
Do you have a regular time slot, or how can people find out more about that? Just go to the Magnet Theater or the website?
So they stream on twitch.tv, and it's Improv NYC.
Okay.
And a bunch of different troupes perform all week long. Another musical improv troupe I'm a part of called Freeze Frame, the musically improv. Freeze Frame, the musical sitcom.
Interesting.
We perform every Sunday at 8 p.m. on that streaming site, but Bring Your Own Bob should get a regular slot, but we do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, so is it like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? Oh, Jake has a question real quick.
No, we talking about musical improv. That remind me of that time me and you took that beatboxing.
Oh, yep. We were in a random house in the woods, pretty much.
It was a beatboxing class?
It was like a beatbox. This guy, I forgot.
Was it my tenant?
Yeah, it was.
My former tenant taught it.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Julian?
Yeah, he was my former tenant, and he wrecked my house, and I had to take him to court.
That's why he had to have beatboxing classes. He had all those bills.
He's paying all your legal fees.
Yeah.
He was like 5 years old. How was he a tenant? Okay, I mean,
it's a bad decision on my part.
Let it all air out tonight.
Don't rent to kids. Lesson learned.
I think that beatboxing class was kind of a weird decision.
Oh, it was very interesting. We went into like multiple rooms of a house that was like called like the Imagination Station, I think. Talking about Jake.
Wow.
Yeah, and this guy, it was Julian and this other guy who was like playing guitar, but he was like barefoot and shit, and like
of course,
it was
he's an artist.
It's just weird.
I'm really glad that we were all together because I was a little like, what?
That does not sound safe.
Yeah.
No.
I love that you took a beatbox class, Jake.
What'd you learn?
Yeah.
Nothing that I already.
Did you feel closer to the streets after it was done?
Nothing closer to the streets like an improv beatboxing class.
Well, Nicole.
I will say we have a comment from Maggie O'Reilly that says, "Love this content."
Love you, Maggie Riley.
And
I miss you.
Maggie!
Your friend Sean sent a smiley face.
Oh. We also have a comment from YouTube from Von Wank that says message retracted. So we'll never know what it was.
Oh. Well,
also, you know what union I really hate?
Oh, come on, Kyle.
The New York Stagehand Union.
Oh,
Kyle, damn it, Kyle.
We're out of time. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, buddy. That's okay.
Nicole, you have been a delight. Follow Nicole on
usual.
Instagram and Nicole Birdfeather, which obviously needs no explanation. And in the chat on Facebook and YouTube, we've linked to a couple of her videos. You can follow her on YouTube, where if enough people will follow her, she might follow Donnie's advice and do a video a day. You know, you never know. You never know.
I need to get re-inspired to keep going. So
yeah. So support Nicole, support Gilda's Club. Nicole, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, Nicole. What a ray of sunshine.
Yes, what a delight.
Truly.
High energy. And Kyle, it was sad how you tried to bring your anti-union views into this, pushing your agenda.
It wouldn't be
unions are rude to me, okay? They don't let me in.
Let's go on to our next guest.
Tell you
while the iron's hot, he is a member of the Gay Blades, and Kate, you can introduce him since you're.
Don't put pressure on me, Kai. It's like it's too much. It's my birthday. I smoked a bowl before the show. That's a lot of pressure.
Okay, well, his name is James Dean Weld, aka Clark Westfield, TGB. And he's a member of the Gay Blades, and he's graciously agreed to be on. So everybody give him a warm welcome. What's up, James?
Hi, James.
Yay!
Welcome.
That young lady's energy is kind of tough to beat, guys. I don't know.
Right?
I know. Well,
She's one of a kind.
She was the Queens vibe. You're like, where are you in Brooklyn?
I'm Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah, now we're going to a Brooklyn vibe.
I know. Why was she dressed like she was about to perform, like MC a wedding in the 80s?
Because she's always ready.
Yeah, if you
never know.
If you know
If you
Nicole,
can pull it off.
Yeah. If you know Nicole, that wasn't a surprise at all. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yep. Converse and a jumpsuit. There we go.
Sequin.
Yeah. Are you wearing a jumpsuit also, James? I can't tell from the bottom.
No jumpsuit. No,
you didn't get the memo?
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
we told you to wear a jumpsuit.
I saw the email, but I don't fit in my jumpsuit. I have a pandemic body right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's affected us all.
How was your boot game during the pandemic?
How's my what now?
Boot. I heard.
I haven't. I wore like socks for the first time the other day because it was raining in New York, and I could barely get them on. I've been in flip flops this whole fucking time.
That was my one fact that I was trying to dig up a Gay Blades fact, and I did some research, and I found out that you like boots, and I was told to ask how your boot game was during the pandemic.
That's pretty good. I think you came out early with that one fact. Like,
I did.
Right from the top.
Yeah,
because that's all I had. You know what I mean?
Now we're flying blind, James.
Yeah.
You and Kyle used to be on the same record label.
You're a Triple Crown guy?
I am a Triple Crown guy.
Are you still on Triple Crown?
No. I mean, we fulfilled everything that we needed to fulfill. So
yeah. I got the vague email, and I was like, "Hey, we should talk about the next record." And he's like, "It's okay."
Well,
we still have one more record. You have to buy it out. He's like,
no. Yeah, that's who I texted to get some Gay Blades info, Mr. Fred.
Yeah, he's a goddamn dreamboat.
Yeah, he sure is.
My wife was his assistant. My now wife was his.
That's how you two met?
No, but it's still true.
No. So, Kate, I don't think you haven't heard the story, but Kate, tell James how you became a fan of their band.
Through Hot Topic.
A little story called Hot Topic.
Yeah, because I managed one for a long time while I was in art school. And if you go to a Hot Topic, you go to that little station where you can listen to music. You know what I mean? So new music coming out, and they always tried to promote like an indie band, and that was the band we promoted that month, and I liked it, and that was it. I stole the CD.
You stole it? I didn't know that.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Shouldn't have said that. I did.
Money out of his pocket.
Yeah.
No one's making any money in music. They weren't making money in music then. They're not making money now. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
How have things been for you music-wise during the pandemic? Like, are you staying busy, like playing, or are you just depressed and gaining too much weight to fit into jumpsuits? Or
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I don't know about how you guys are feeling. I mean, it seems like this.
Feel like shit.
I feel terrible all the time.
Yeah, but you guys, this is to feel connected to each other,
yeah,
right? And to,
very much so.
Trying to fucking force a smile for an hour.
It's a high point of the week where we,
right before this, I was like, and then it's like, okay, yeah, smile.
My people. Yeah, I think you know, the gay blades haven't been active in a minute. I mean, we were talking the other day, and it's
Yeah.
the only time we really come together is when we're trying to raise money for something, or you know, because we're just old and don't give a shit anymore. And like, I don't even think, do Hot Topics exist? No one will spin our records. No other will have us.
I think they're still in business. I don't know.
They're still around. I don't know if anybody's going to the mall anymore, but
This was like 2006, like 2007. This was a long way back. I just turned 37 today, guys, so I'm like real in my feels about a lot of stuff. So it's all coming out
today.
It is, yeah.
Oh my goodness, happy birthday!
This is
Thanks.
you're her birthday present. Really,
Yeah.
cool.
That sounds
So
awful.
sorry for that.
So what do you want for your birthday, Kate? She's like, I would love for the gay blade to come on, and we're like, all right, cool, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And then we made Kate do all the work of getting you on. So
It took a Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure. I have nothing else in life.
I mean, I kind of like, yeah, I feel like no one really has much going on. So when people tell us no, I'm like, well, why? What are you doing? Like, what? I don't know.
I just assume they hate us. So
Yo, straight up, they have problems with themselves at that point. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
why they don't want to show themselves and be vulnerable with you guys, because you guys are so connected and so lovely, and they just can't. They can't deal with the mirror. You know.
that's sweet. Yeah, this episode is so positive today.
It's too positive, actually.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about cum once. There's like, it's
Okay,
too
there
much.
you
It's
go.
too
Wait a second. Why would cum be not positive?
Yeah.
Why would cum positive?
That creates life, Kate.
You taking notes, Andy?
Yep, I'm the
Great.
cum
She's our cum counter.
Yeah, she counts the comes in every mention.
Come on.
Hey.
Too easy,
I'm
Jay.
not gonna pretend to laugh at that. Anyway,
Mine was a genuine
so the band is 2 or 3 people, because I see the stuff with you and the drummer. I saw like a video on YouTube with November Fight Song with you and the drummer and an attic session, which is pretty cool. Are you 2 the primaries in the group, or?
Yes, there's myself and a cat called Puppy Mills, who plays drums. It was like essentially we formed a band of 2 people because we couldn't get it together to have 4 people jump in a van and go tour, which I'm sure, Kyle, we
had 6. So
how many dudes were in your band? Or
6.
gals? 6?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Started with 5, ended with 6.
And then you're like, we need trumpet. Definitely.
Yeah. We didn't have enough trumpet with the 5 people, so we got,
Wow, 6. It must have been fucking boring there, huh?
Yeah, we were super boring.
Like, we better. We need to add somebody. Then
Yeah.
we can talk.
There's something
each
missing.
other.
There's something missing from the live show. What is it? And it's a dancer.
You're like,
We're the Boss Jones.
Too much money. We got to split it one more way, so
Yeah.
it's even.
Well, yeah, that was the big issue, is that we were making too much money. That it was going to
Kyle's living in a mansion, yeah.
yeah.
James, would you like to play a song for us?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
If
And
you guys want to hear a song,
we would love to. What is the name of this particular song?
let me grab my axe.
Ooh. 6 strings?
I use 6.
Okay.
At least 3 of them at a time.
Okay.
I was in the car today because I have a car. No big deal. Sorry to brag.
Yeah.
But
I get it. I'm rich.
I can tell. I was in the car today and I heard Bohemian Like You by the Dandy Warhol.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great song.
Do you guys know that song?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Well, I hadn't heard it for fucking ever. And I was like, I'm going to play this song because I'm a terrible musician, but it's only 4 chords. And it's just got a great rye sensibility to it. And I figured you guys would dig on it. And by the way, I haven't said it yet, but I have a deep, profound love for Detroit. Like deep. I feel like I was there at a different lifetime or something. Like I feel at home in Detroit in a way that is like, it's uncanny. It really makes no sense.
Yeah.
Everyone I've ever met in Detroit, I've loved. Every place I've been in Detroit has felt like I've never felt more comfortable. So that's also why I said, yeah, sure, let's do it, because you guys are Detroit nuts, and I just have a ton of love.
He loves the D.
Beat the hell out of Chicago. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna mute
let's
my.
not get started about Chicago again, guys.
You guys really hate Chicago, huh?
No, I think we're all Ohio haters, though. We just don't like. I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Ohio.
I'm fine with
Ohio is great. Chicago is the fucking worst. Okay,
I feel the exact opposite.
Yes, I don't mind Chicago.
I could care less.
Yeah.
Frankie's in Toledo. Kyle, you ever play Frankie's in Toledo?
Oh, we play Frankie's. The shows that they were actually always super fun.
Yeah. That's like the first stop out of Detroit, right?
It's right across the border.
It's really close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one's for Detroit.
All right.
Fuck Ohio and Chicago too.
Yeah, James seems as well as everybody. Everybody else mute, please.
Cool. Got a great car. Yeah, what's wrong with it today? I used to have one too. Maybe I'll come and take a look. I really love your hairdo, yeah. I'm glad you like mine too. See, you're looking pretty cool. Get you. So what do you do? Oh yeah, I wait tables too. No, I haven't heard your band, cause you guys are pretty new. But if you dig on vegan food, well, come over to my work. Go out and cook you something that you really love. Cause I like you, yeah, I like you. And I'm feeling so bohemian like you. Yeah, I like you, yeah, I like you. And I feel, whoa, whoa. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Wait, well, who's that guy just hanging at your pad? Yeah, he's looking kind of bummed. Yeah, you broke up, that's too bad. I guess it's fair if he always pays the rent and he doesn't get bent about sleeping on the couch when I'm there. Cause I like you, yeah, I like you. And I'm feeling so bohemian like you. Yeah, I like you, yeah, I like you. And I'm feeling, whoa, whoa. Yeah, cause I'm getting wise and I'm feeling so bohemian like you. Yes, it's you that I want, so please. Just a casual, easy thing. Is it? It is for me. Yeah. Cause I like you, yeah, I like you, and I like you, I like you, I like you. Yes, I like you, yeah, I like you, and I'm feeling, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
All right.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
I love that song.
Yeah, that song's great.
Yeah.
I love that song too, Nick. I noticed you took your headphones off for that.
Oh, I love when people call out Nick. Oh, it's like my porn. So good.
Kate loves it. No, I had to address this dog here. I'm sorry. I would lift him up, but his hips are no good. So, yeah.
It's funny because I would, like, if you were to name someone that most like a member of the Dandy Warhols, I would say it would be Nick.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Have you seen Dig? Have you guys all seen Dig? That documentary?
Yes.
With them and what was the other band where the guy goes crazy?
No, it's
the Brian
Jonestown Massacre. Yeah, that's a great documentary.
I haven't seen it.
It's in the queue.
Watch it. Watch it.
Right.
I will.
Actually, Brian's Jonestown Massacre has some good songs too. But what do you call it? For those watching, if you haven't seen the Heroin is So Passé video by the Dandy Warhols, that's worth watching on YouTube. It's like they have an interesting. I would say like because your band, from what I've read, is known for having like a sense of humor, and the Dandy Warhols I kind of see like that too. Is that something you intentionally put into your music, like to be funny and like or no?
My favorite is that you're like supposedly.
Yeah.
Well, Tony never commits.
I always like to talk to the actual people saying it rather than assuming. So.
No, I think that's fair. I mean, I don't know. Like you guys know when you connect with somebody, you only really if you're being your best authentic self. It's just the whole fucking time I was in the band and we were in the band for a long time. It all felt like an inside joke. Like everything we did, it was just an inside joke between myself and my drummer, Puppy Mills. Like everything about it, and I mean, we cared. We worked really fucking hard at everything we did. But yeah, it all felt like we were like, I can't believe they're letting us do this. Like, like all the shit we got to do. And like give us money to make a video. Like, I just was trying to, it just felt, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Is that why you had different names too than your actual names for the band? Was that part of it, or?
Why did we do that? We were in another band at the time. We were in like a proper like indie rock band, and we just wanted to try and do something different. So we didn't want to have the other band. We just wanted to. What would it be like to start a band from nothing?
Yeah.
So we did that, but then we we started like a war with our other band, and like got everybody. We were like, fuck those guys, fuck the band called Hello Lovely. Anyway, whatever. At the time, again, it was an inside joke, but just spun wildly out of control.
So I asked you about. I say a lot. That's just my nervous habit. Yeah, but that's ended a relationship, believe it or not. But
we'll get into that after the show.
I want that story.
Yeah. But
can we hear it now?
Someone I would just say all the time, just talking. This is my way of saying I'm listening, and she would go crazy, and she'd be like, "Why are you saying? What does that mean?" I'm like, I'm just saying, I'm just acknowledging. I was like, like that, and then and she said, "I need you to stop that," and I said, "I can't stop." I go, "I'll try, but I don't think it's gonna work." It wasn't a long relationship, but this is like early on. She started saying, and she started doing like. She'd be like, when I would talk, and I'm like, that's fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm like, that's fine. Like you're acknowledging me, good. And then that would make her madder. So
she was trying to incite annoyance.
Yeah, she was to see, I'm going to do this to you, and you're going to see how annoying it is. And I'll be like, no, that's fine. I'm totally cool with it. So,
well, what's her name?
I'm not going to say her name because
say her name.
Her address. Put her address on the internet.
I'll say her name is two names for people, but there are people that might be watching that know who I'm talking about. So
is she in our community?
Tangentially, she's a nice person. She's a nice person, and I don't want to make her seem like a bad person. So.
She's not a nice person.
Yeah.
You're a nice person.
Oh, thanks, James. Thanks. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, let's talk about your voiceover work.
Fuck, that's a good transition, buddy.
Segue.
That's Tony's strong suit.
Yeah. So I see that nice vocal setup behind you.
I don't want to talk about that.
I'll answer more questions if you say them in your voiceover voice.
There's no voiceover voice.
I know. That's why I said it.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about your bed?
My what?
Your bed, that big bed frame.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Not attached to the bed for some reason.
Listen, here's what I think we should talk about. Is this like, do I get to come and do the show for a second or no?
Yeah, you can try. Yeah.
Can we go around the horn?
Yeah.
That means everybody gets a chance to speak. Okay. And can we talk about the worst show that you've ever done? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear. That's can I just say, by the way, that's what people want to hear. Okay.
Yeah.
They want to hear about your union rules. They want to hear.
Why don't you start off? Why don't you start us off, James, with the worst show you've ever done?
Worst show I've ever done.
Or just what you consider to be the worst show. It might not have been your fault.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. This is definitely my fault, because if nobody likes your band to come to the show, then that's your fault, right? We all agree that, like, our job as entertainers is to put athletes in seats, right?
I blame the promoter a little bit, but yeah, okay.
No, that's bullshit. We showed up to a place in Salt Lake City one time on Halloween, and nobody came. No one came at all, and they paid us to go away. They're like, "Don't load in. We haven't sold any tickets. Don't load in. Let's wait and see if it'll." And then they paid us $200 to go away. They're like, "Don't load in. We'll save money. We shut the place down. Just go."
Oh no.
But Silver Lining Playbook, we went and saw Girl Talk in Salt Lake City on Halloween and did mushrooms with a bunch of random people that we met at Girl Talk, and it was
win-win, man.
better than me like yelling at people to buy T-shirts.
I was just talking about Girl Talk last night.
You were girl talking about it?
Yeah, yeah, I was.
What were you saying?
It's meta.
My little brother was texting me and was like, "Yo, remember Girl Talk?" And I was like, he's like 7 years younger than me, and I was like, "Yeah, I saw them a bunch, like in 2007, like whatever." But yeah, so it's just I hadn't thought about that band in a long time, and he texted me out of nowhere. It was like 11 o'clock at night. It was like, "Yo."
He was on mushrooms.
Probably.
So, Caitlin, you've taken the baton by interjecting. So, what's your worst show?
I would say probably. Do class shows count?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say my intro 4 class, or not intro 4. So there's intro 3 was our first class, which went well because of adrenaline. The second class show that we had was awful. There was a specific certain somebody in my class that really
say their name. Say their name. Say their name. No, don't, because he's
harmful to us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's an unstable person. So.
Yeah.
Now everyone's gonna know who it is.
But yeah, that was not a good show. I mean, there's definitely been shows where there's been 1 to 2 people in the audience, but I can't say that I did a bad job. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, I really blew it because I did a really good job tonight, and there was 2 people in the crowd. But this was like a class show packed, and it was not good. I was in my head a lot because of said person.
I feel that. I'm sorry, Caitlin.
There were a lot of like weird rape jokes.
Oh, that's always the best.
As opposed to normal rape jokes. You know? That was a weird rape joke, you know, not the normal hilarious rape joke.
You get some bitches thrown around.
Yeah, Kate. Speaking of bitches, I don't know why I said that.
And literally
it's her birthday.
We had a whole episode about this, Tony, where we talked about that. You and I are gonna have a moment after.
I know. It's your birthday. Calm down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a birthday bitch.
Yeah. Just kidding. So, what's your worst show?
It was in Ann Arbor, like let's say 4 years ago during Hash Bash, and
pro marijuana day.
Yeah, and it was I was with the Ann Arbor Civic Theater at that time, and we did an improv show in a yarn store during Hash Bash when everyone was just toasted out of their brains with no microphones, and it just ended up just being us just talking, and that it just was bad. But then I went out and celebrated Hash Bash, so it was kind of cool.
Oh, how'd you celebrate?
I called my dad and
okay.
Really opened up to about a lot of things to him.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Andy, you laughed the hardest at that. So what's your worst?
Thanks, Andy. Biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
Nothing like comes to mind, but then as soon as I heard class show, I was like, oh, class show like comes to mind in terms of like there was like a heckler. Like class show usually like friends and
There was a heckler at your class show?
Yeah. And I was just like already, you know. Oh yeah,
he knows the finger roll.
James.
Yeah, I was paying attention. I'm a good student.
Right.
Wait a second. So how do you heckle improv?
Oh.
so easy.
Yeah,
very easily.
Comments while we're on the stage, or like when we would ask for suggestions, he would just like yell out ridiculous stuff.
There's always like one, you can always tell in an audience, like when there's a live one, where they think they can be a part of the show when you ask one question for a suggestion, and then they're like, that's not right. That's not true.
Yeah.
You don't say that.
I've seen people walk on stage during a scene to try and help. I've heard people say you ruined it when people stop the scene, or that's not funny. People just
makes me want to curl up in a ball.
And that's just family. So.
But the silver lining was something, because like I was like terrified, because already I'm like so self-conscious, and then I'm just frozen. And then actually Jason Pedersen, who's in our community, actually turned it into, and he spun it into gold. He was just like something like, there's a drunk gorilla in the factory or something like he like.
That's such a Jason line you just said.
Wow. That's a cool learning moment.
Jake, what about you?
Our work show, and I had a lot of like work shows. But like I got a lot of shows bad, but not that I suck. But anyway,
every day is a struggle. Get on my fucking level.
You have a lot of bad shows. You have a lot of good shows. You know what I'm saying? But you learn from both. But anyway, this show in particular stuck with me because I don't like the reaction of like people I didn't like the crowd reaction, and I didn't like the particular like the people in our community, how they're supposed to like build you up and give you advice, but instead they kind of like just didn't talk. They kind of like talk about it, and that kind of went the wrong way. But it was like a troop I had. It was a troop I started with, and someone said something kind of offensive, like that was looked at as offensive in the show, but it wasn't. I knew she wasn't trying.
I know this.
I knew.
I love this story. Sorry.
Wait, you heard this story?
Oh yeah. We'll talk later.
But like, but yeah, like I don't like how like first and foremost, she didn't mean it that way. I see how the audience perceived it, but it wasn't that way when she said it. And then there was another line that people didn't like either. But like, I don't want. It was like a Red Sea period line, whatever someone said.
Oh, I think I know the story too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lady who said that. It wasn't a dude who said that. But anyway, but after the set, it was just like instead of like just like we were new at the time, so instead of like talking shit, you know what I'm saying, just like give us advice and try to make us better. And I felt like some people in the troop were rubbed the wrong way, and they don't take class there nor only 2 of us are still like around, but like only you know what I'm saying. So
that sounds horrible, because the whole point is that you're going to make mistakes along the way. And you just need somebody to be like, hey, let's cut to the core of this thing, which is like,
like
the togetherness. And then if somebody got your back on stage or whatever, that's awesome. That's the good part.
Yeah, but like it was bad. I didn't particularly like that, but whatever. That's what it was. But that was probably, I don't think that was probably the worst show, but I kind of like the
one that sticks out.
It sticks out the worst moment. It just because I feel bad about, especially like the people who aren't around, who not necessarily around anymore, because they probably still be around and they cool people. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. Yeah, I feel weird telling that story, but whatever. Who gives a fuck? Whatever.
Nick, how
it's gonna
about
be
you?
Forever before you see anybody in person, anyways. Jake, don't worry about it.
Nick, what about the worst show you've been a part of?
Let's see here. I was in a production called Halloween the Musical.
Okay.
I was playing opposite John Shuck, who had just got off a run of playing Daddy Warbucks in a touring production of Annie. And I had said something to the effect about his Irishness one night, and he just wouldn't let it go. And he actually tried to kill me with a sandbag, like they do on the Scooby-Doo cartoons. Like he actually cut the rope with a hacksaw. And
did you pull a mask off him at the end?
What's that?
Did you pull a mask off him at the end after the police had arrested him?
No, he was neither arrested. The rest of the cast and crew applauded his actions, which hurt me very, very deeply.
Is that because they were also Irish, or?
No, I think they just hated me and hated working with me. They weren't dead.
We get it.
Is it true you don't go to the beach anymore for that reason, to avoid all the sand?
Yes, yes, that's very true. I was traumatized by the exploding sandbag.
Yeah.
So the very thought of going to the beach. By the way, this is not Halloween the Musical based on the movie series, but based on the holiday.
Oh, okay. That's a good distinction.
Yeah.
The movie was also based on the holiday, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got me there.
Yeah. Kyle.
All right. Well, this one's true.
Okay.
The worst show that I've played a lot of bad shows, but this one sticks out. It was, I want to say, like 2007. We were booking our own tours via MySpace at the time.
Classic.
And we were on a West Coast tour with this band called First to Leave, and it was a lot of fun. The shows were really cool, but it ended in Seattle, and like, you know, the middle of the country is really hard. Besides Denver's, like, we already had played Denver, and that's really the only place that's like in that middle of the country that is like was somewhat easy to get shows. But I managed to get us one show on the way home from Seattle, from Seattle to Detroit, in Omaha. And so I think we had like maybe a day and a half or 2 days to drive from Seattle to Omaha to get there, which is like 38 hours or something like that. And it's January. We get into Omaha at like 6 a.m. Don't know anyone there. It's freezing outside. We have nowhere to go. So we just like kind of sleeping on top of each other in the van outside of a Panera. And
because the Wi-Fi. Oh, did they have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
And then like two of our guys go into the Panera and like get coffee or whatever, and a guy noticed us that we had a van and was like, you know, are you guys in a band? And they're like, yeah. And he was like in some band on Saddle Creek. I forget what they were called, but he's like, I own a bar in town if you guys just want to hang out in this bar until your show happens. And we're like, okay. And then so he like hung out at this like empty bar all day, and he like gave us some free beer, and like then it was time to go to the show, and we're like, you know, all broke, but we like wanted to give him something, and we're like, we asked Dave, our singer, we're like, Dave, do you have any cash? Can you like tip him? And he's like, okay, yeah, just pay me back like after the show with like, you know, merch money or whatever. And then we get to the show, and it's like booked in this like 600 cap room. And like no one knows who we are. And there's one other band, I think they were like called like the Sons of Angels or something like that. And they had this like super elaborate merch spread, and we ended up playing to just that band and a couple of their girlfriends.
Nice. In
the 600 cap room. And then we sold one of our EP on CD to one of their girlfriends.
Oh.
For $6. And then we had to give 5 of that to Dave for tipping the bartender. So we played the show for $1.
Fuck yeah.
Split 6 ways.
That split 6 ways. That we drove almost 40 hours to play, where we could have just gone home.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You should have.
That sounds like your fault, Kyle, a little bit.
You should have saved that $1.
I mean, we framed it.
Yeah. And then you opened a pizza restaurant.
Yeah, and now we own the biggest arena in Detroit.
Yeah. Well, that was a good sad one. That was a little wholesome though. At least that guy helped you out, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we got a show. We got, you
know. My worst show was at a church, and I completely bombed. And then all these people that were in the troop, it was like a big troop. It was me and this other guy, John Miller, who we're the only ones still in that group doing improv, I believe. And everything we did, like, it was like crickets. And I thought it was funny, and then he was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" You know, like that's who would whisper to me. And then all the stuff that all the other people did, which was just like the hackiest shit, like, "Oh, what about that Donald Trump?" You know, and everyone's like, "Oh," like people were coming up and asking all those other people for like autographs. I'm not making that up. And like pictures are like, "You guys are so funny. Are you professional comedians?" And like nobody talked to John or me, and we were just like, "What, are we crazy? What is wrong with us?" But
you have to know your crowd, Tony, because if you're like performing at a church, like that's what they want is the hacky hacks.
Yeah, I guess my pedophilia, jokes didn't go over like I thought they would, But
I'm glad you said jokes.
Yeah. Or I guess my memoirs didn't go over as long as as they did in therapy. So, James, how'd you like to play another song for us?
Okay.
Yeah. What's the name of the song? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Way to commandeer the show, James.
Yeah.
It was it was a great takeover, a bloodless coup.
And we'll see you guys next week, right back here at the same time. Whatever.
What's the name of the song you're going to play?
I think it's called "Walk You Home."
Okay. And
a song, and it's not been. I never released it or recorded it, but it's the only song I still really remember how to play.
Okay.
And that is not a guarantee.
What inspired you to write the song?
I don't know. I think it just I love the idea of imagining encounters and like what that would be like. Like when people are like, if you could have dinner with anybody, what would be at your dinner? Mm-hmm. But this is like, if you had a night of drinking with an ex, how would that go? So it was like that. Is that the same thing?
I think so.
Okay.
It's close enough. By the way, I'd like to point out, after you called out Nick for taking off his head,
I was going to say
that people have blacked out their screens when you're performing.
They're all taking shits right now. Or coming.
All right. Oh, that's true. If you are coming, please turn the camera back on. Okay, Andy, mark that down. All right, so take it away, James, with "Walk You Home."
Walk You Home.
I'm going to make my bed while you do this.
House Democrats will vote on giving postal.
That was an earlier topic we discussed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
House Democrats should reconvene and talk about the post office.
Yeah, they don't deserve a vacation.
This song is about the post office. And "Walk You Home" is about walking letters to people's homes. Take off your rain-soaked boots and leave them by the door. Crack some old jokes about a Brooklyn ghost dragging chains across the studio floor. We're telling all those stories. The rain keeps at it, the wine keeps pouring. I'm a fool for you as if you didn't know. But it's 2:00 and I keep hearing talk that you should be on your way. Oh, we're 3 slips in with a tricky grin convinces 4 to stay. 5 brings in an awkward silence. With 6 comes light with a violet violence. Grab your coat, your bag, and I'll walk you home. Let me walk you home. Let me walk you home. In the streets, in the dark, well, who cares if she sparks? I'm already gone. I'm a fool for you as if you didn't know. So grab your coat, your bag, and I'll walk you on. Well, fuck what Miller said. I need to find a bed. Who cares if the birds are out? We'll take the long way past those unmarked graves, and we'll watch the drunken moon fall down. Where the sun's rays are lazy early, but the chemicals in my mind are swirling. I'm the fool for you, as if you didn't know. So let me walk you home. Let me walk you home. In the streets, in the dark, well, who cares to see sparks? 'Cause I'm already yours. I'm a fool for you, as if you didn't know. So grab your coat, your bag, and I'll walk you home. Your friends are better when we know them better. We'll make better love. Friends are better, yeah, we are no better. You'll be better off. I'm a fool for you. I'm a fool for you. So grab your coat, your bag, your art, your emptiness and your broken heart. 'Cause I'm a fool for you. Let me walk you home. Let me walk you home. In the streets, in the dark, well, who cares to see sparks? 'Cause I'm already yours. Let me walk you home. Let me walk you home. In the streets, in the dark, well, who cares to see sparks? 'Cause I'm already gone. I'm a fool for you, as if you didn't know. So grab your coat, your bag. Grab your coat and on me. Grab everything after that. And I'll walk you home.
All right.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
You've never released that song?
No, nope.
Dang.
I would think about it.
That's a good song.
You know.
That was amazing.
My son is sleeping in the next room, so I'm sure he's awake, or he was sleeping. Let's see.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, my kids sleep right over there, and they're always listening to the show. I kind of feel
Mommy,
bad
why
about the
do they
things
say
I
come so
say.
much? What does that mean?
I do have a lot of explaining on Tuesdays. What did you say, me, Jake?
I said, Mommy, why are you a birthday bitch?
He's pretending to be one of your kids saying that, Kate.
Do
You started for a second.
do you have any thoughts of like recording? Because like that other song you had from the Attic Sessions, I also thought was very beautiful. The November Fight song. I don't know if you remember
That's
that
one of my faves.
Yeah, and is that on available on a recording, or I thought that was an unreleased?
The one that November Fight song is on our second record called Savages.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
we have we would just like jump in the studio and do like shitty B-sides and 7-inches and stuff. Either I'm sure Kyle knows, like if you meet a band, you're like let's make friends and make a 7-inch. You know. So we would just like jump in the studio. So we have a ton of material that is not out or available really, but we were talking about maybe doing like a B-sides, you know, all the misses that we've had in our long and unstellar.
Yeah, that
career.
was not a miss.
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, listen to us hit makers, you know, that know so much about the music business. It's,
Well, Caitlin tends to have her finger on the pulse usually of music.
Thank you.
I just know what I like. I like
Stand
that song. James, thanks so much for being on, man. That was awesome.
Hey, that was a dream, man. That was fucking great.
Yeah. And happy birthday to Kate, and come back anytime and
Thanks,
let us know what you're up to. If you do release the B-sides, we'll have you back on again.
Yeah, you can just talk.
We can just plug it. We can just put a link on too.
Yeah, we'll have a listening party without you here.
Yeah, a listening party, and we won't invite you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So true to us.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Seriously, thanks for being on. You were great.
Yeah, this is great.
Thanks.
Bye.
Finally meet you.
Yeah, thanks.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was
great.
So don't
It's
say
like-
we never
it's
did
like-
anything for you for your birthday, Kate.
Thanks. Well, I always get the short end of the stick because Sean and I share a birthday. So every fucking August 17th, it's all about Sean Hanlon, and Planet Ant's like, love you, Sean Hanlon. I'm like, okay.
I wish you both happy birthday on Facebook.
Sorry, Kate.
Thank you. It's okay. No, I'm kidding.
Do your kids bring you breakfast in bed? Do you like breakfast in bed?
No.
I don't like breakfast in bed.
No. I also am not like a big fan of my kids cooking me meals because I've seen like the way they touch things, and I'm just like not into that. My daughter did make my cake though.
Oh, she did.
So yeah, because she wants to be a baker, so she made my.
There's cum frosting.
It does have cum frosting. I haven't asked her where she got it, if it was locally sourced or what. I have to talk to her later about that.
Fair trade cum.
From the dog.
It's from the dog? Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's gross, Kate.
That's fucked up, Katie.
I mean, that's the only place that logically. I mean, I
know,
feel that's the best place for it to come from out of the options in the house.
Who said it was from the house? Oh, yeah.
What about
you?
Don't forget about
live in Trump country, so.
Don't forget about your crackhead neighbors. So.
Hey! They pee now on my lawn. That's their new thing.
What?
Because they have people over in the backyard for parties, like constantly. And I guess like his mom doesn't allow them to come in the house. So they pee. And I walked out the other day to smoke a joint, and they're peeing through my fence into my little pond. And I was like, oh, is this what we're doing now? All right. I'm just going to go take a fucking shit on their porch.
Yeah.
You'll see.
God.
You'll see. I'm petty as fuck. I'm from New York.
Birthday shit.
Gotta put a bag of poop on fire on their board.
Yeah. People still do that?
I don't know. I still see
Classic
references.
whammy.
I only learned about it in the movie Can't Buy Me Love, and
Can't Buy Me Love, what a flick! But also Billy Madison.
Oh, they did it, Billy Madison too.
Yeah, that's true.
He called the shit poop. Yeah.
All right, guys, this shit is over. Episode 21 is in the books. Happy birthday to Kate. I enjoyed hearing our stories of how we bombed, and
That was so fun.
that was interesting. Yeah, that's something for the show. And thanks Nicole Pascaretta and James for being on.
Nicole.
And, yay! And we'll see you. We're going on an every bi-weekly schedule, so we'll be back the week after next. And so look on Facebook for promotions about that. But thanks once again to Kyle, Katie, Jake, Kate, Andy, Nick. I'm your host, Tony Auguste.
Thanks,
Tony.
Thanks to Planet Ant. Donate to them if you can. And donate to Gilda's Club.
Yeah.
They do good work. All right. Bye, everybody.